Deep beneath the ocean's surface, a vibrant, swaying world exists, a forest unlike any found on land. Towering stalks reach for the sunlight, creating a rich tapestry of life. These underwater realms, known as kelp forests, are amongst the most dynamic and productive ecosystems on Earth, home to countless marine species. Yet, their very existence, their lush growth and thriving biodiversity, owes itself to an unlikely architect, a playful, furry creature that navigates these waters with effortless grace. This is the story of how sea otters, without ever realizing the grand scale of their work, cultivated an entire underwater world. Imagine a gardener, tending a vast, sprawling estate, ensuring every plant thrives. In the ocean, sea otters fill a similar role, though their methods are instinctual rather than intentional. These fascinating mammals spend their lives in coastal waters, often floating on their backs, cracking open shellfish, and grooming their dense fur. But beneath this charming exterior lies a crucial function, a role that shapes the very landscape of the seafloor. Their daily pursuit of food sets in motion a chain of events that dictates the health and extent of the magnificent kelp forests surrounding them. Before we delve deeper into the otter's influence, let's understand the kelp itself. Giant kelp, one of the fastest growing organisms on Earth, can grow up to 2 feet per day under ideal conditions. It anchors to the seafloor with a root-like structure called a holdfast, and its long, flexible stipes reach upwards, forming dense canopies. These aquatic giants create a three-dimensional habitat, offering shelter and food for hundreds of species, from tiny invertebrates to fish, sharks, and even larger marine mammals. This rich environment depends entirely on the kelp's ability to flourish unchecked. But for kelp to flourish, it must contend with relentless grazers. Enter the sea urchin, a spiny creature that glides slowly across the seafloor, equipped with a powerful chewing apparatus known as Aristotle's lantern. Urchins have an insatiable appetite for kelp, particularly its holdfasts. A few urchins are part of the natural balance, but left unchecked, their populations can explode, turning vibrant kelp forests into barren, desolate landscapes known as urchin barrens. Here, the rocky seafloor is stripped bare, devoid of the rich life kelp once supported. This is where the sea otter steps in, or rather, dives in. Sea otters are prodigious eaters, consuming up to 25% of their body weight each day to fuel their high metabolism. Among their favorite prey are sea urchins. An otter will meticulously scour the seafloor, prying loose urchins with its dexterous paws, then bringing them to the surface to crack open. Each urchin consumed represents a vital contribution to the kelp's survival. Their constant foraging keeps urchin populations in check, preventing them from overwhelming the kelp and ensuring the forest can grow and thrive. In a healthy coastal ecosystem, a natural equilibrium exists. Sea otters patrol their territories, reducing the number of sea urchins. This allows kelp forests to grow tall and dense, providing shelter and sustenance for numerous other species. The kelp, in turn, offers a haven for the otter's prey, completing a cycle of dependency. Without the otters, this delicate balance shifts dramatically. The absence of their predatory presence allows urchins to proliferate, transforming a verdant underwater landscape into a desolate wasteland. It is a testament to the profound interconnectedness of life. For centuries, sea otters were a common sight along the Pacific coast. However, their incredibly dense, insulating fur made them a highly sought-after commodity. Beginning in the 18th century, a relentless fur trade decimated otter populations across their entire range. Hunters sought their pelts for fashion and warmth, pushing these gentle creatures to the very brink of extinction. By the early 20th century, only a few isolated groups remained, mere whispers of their former abundance. The implications for the underwater world they had unwittingly tended were catastrophic. As otter numbers plummeted, the direct consequences began to unfold beneath the waves. With their primary predator gone, sea urchin populations exploded without natural control. These spiny grazers, now free to roam and feed unchecked, systematically devoured kelp forests. What were once towering underwater cathedrals, teeming with life, rapidly became barren rockscapes. The intricate web of life that depended on the kelp's structure and productivity collapsed. Fish, shellfish, and countless invertebrates lost their habitat and food sources, leading to a silent catastrophe across vast stretches of the coast. The dire situation of the sea otter did not go unnoticed forever. By the early 20th century, growing awareness of their peril and the broader impact of species loss led to conservation efforts. International treaties and protective legislation slowly began to safeguard the few remaining otter populations. These small, isolated groups became the fragile seed for a potential comeback. It was a long, arduous path, but the commitment to protect these animals offered a glimmer of hope that the natural order, and with it, the underwater forests, might one day be restored. Over decades, with protection in place, the sea otter population began a slow, tentative recovery. From a few hundred individuals, their numbers gradually increased. This wasn't a rapid explosion, but a painstaking, generation-by-generation expansion into their former territories. As otters recolonized areas, they once again encountered the vast populations of sea urchins that had thrived in their absence. This reintroduction of the primary urchin predator was the crucial turning point for the kelp forests, setting the stage for one of nature's most remarkable comeback stories. Where sea otters returned, the underwater world began to heal. The otters, driven by their constant need for food, immediately set to work on the abundant sea urchin populations. As urchin numbers declined, the kelp, finally free from relentless grazing pressure, began to regenerate. Spores settled on the cleared seafloor, sprouting new plants that quickly grew into dense stands. This was a visible transformation, a testament to the power of a single species to restore an entire ecosystem. The barren rockscape slowly but surely gave way to verdant, swaying underwater forests once more. Today, in areas where sea otters have re-established themselves, the difference is profound. Healthy, thriving kelp forests stretch for miles, providing critical habitat for myriad species. From schools of rockfish darting through the fronds to juvenile sharks finding refuge, the biodiversity is astonishing. These revitalized forests also play a vital role in coastal protection, dampening wave energy and reducing erosion. They are nurseries for countless marine creatures, a critical link in the ocean's food web, and a testament to the otter's unassuming yet monumental contribution to the ocean's health. What makes this story so compelling is that the sea otters aren't deliberately planting kelp or consciously managing an ecosystem. They are simply doing what otters do, hunting for food, grooming their fur, raising their young. Yet, these instinctive behaviors have a cascading effect, shaping the very structure of the marine environment around them. They are nature's unintentional engineers, building and maintaining vast underwater forests through the simple act of survival. It highlights a fundamental principle: even seemingly small actions within a natural system can have immense, far-reaching consequences. The impact of thriving kelp forests extends far beyond the underwater realm. Kelp absorbs significant amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, playing a role in the global carbon cycle. These productive ecosystems also enrich surrounding waters, supporting fisheries and providing resources for human communities. The return of the otters, and with them the forests, has ripple effects reaching up to the coastline and into the very air we breathe. It's a powerful reminder that every creature, no matter how humble, contributes to the intricate web of life on our planet. The story of sea otters and their underwater forests is not over. Conservation efforts continue, facing new challenges such as habitat degradation, disease, and pollution. But the lessons learned from their incredible journey offer profound insights into ecological restoration and the deep interconnectedness of all living things. The existence of these magnificent underwater forests serves as a living monument to the power of natural processes and the essential role that every species plays in maintaining the delicate balance of our planet's diverse environments. It is a story of resilience, restoration, and the enduring beauty of the natural world. From the brink of disappearance to the architects of vibrant underwater worlds, sea otters stand as a powerful symbol. Their journey reminds us that the health of vast ecosystems can hinge on the presence of a single, seemingly small creature. By simply pursuing their daily lives, they carve out a place for an entire forest, supporting a web of life without a conscious thought to their grand design. This incredible tale of resilience and natural engineering reveals a profound truth: The ocean is a place of intricate connections, where every being plays an indispensable role, shaping the world around them in ways we are only beginning to truly understand.